What's up, you guys? So today I'm coming to talk to you guys about, you know, I was discouraged about not being able to join the Navy, and then I tried the Army, and they told me the same thing a couple years back. So I decided at my 28-year-old age that I'm not going to give up and that I still want to join the military. So my problem was that I wanted to go active duty. I mean, not reserves. I do not want to do reserves. I wanted to do active duty. And that if y'all see me looking um, everywhere, I am at the DMV. I took my niece to the DMV. So, yeah. But I wanted to do active duty. And the reserves is something it wasn't on my mind. It's something I didn't want to do. And I wasn't like hesitating about it. Like, no, I don't want to do it. Um, and the first, branch I called was the Navy because since 2013 I wanted to join the Navy. And they said that I would have to give up my kids. And I'm like, what? And then they was like, no, I'm not supposed to tell you. I'm not supposed to tell you to give up your kids. You can do reserves. Reserves is out the picture. I don't want to do reserves. I want to do active duty. So I'm like, is there any loophole to this? And it was like, no, you will have to do reserves or you wouldn't be able to enlist. I'm like, okay, well, that's out the picture. And at that time, I was losing weight. I got down to my minimum weight. And I end up, I end up calling the Army. And I'm like, I really don't want to do Marines. That'll be the last thing that's on my mind. But I end up calling the Army and they told me the same thing. I wouldn't be able to enlist if I am a single parent with kids. And I have 3 kids. And that really kind of discouraged me. And this happened in 2021. It is 2023. From enlisting, so I've been trying to find myself, get jobs here and there, and it's not really lasting. I'm like, you know what? I really want to join the military. That's my main goal was to join the military straight out of high school. I ended up getting pregnant. There was a whole bunch going on. I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna worry about it. So on and so forth happened, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna, look into the Air Force. And I talked to this Air Force recruiter, not really, going over the details of me right now because I went through a whole bunch of depression. Someone died. It was like a lot going on. Um, and so I gained the weight back. So now I'm in the process of losing the weight all over again. It didn't take that long to lose. It took like, 3 months to lose, 70 pounds? Um, because I was on a really strict diet. So I was looking for a recruiter and I found a couple. Mind you, I told them my whole ordeal and this, that, and the third, and one ended up ghosting me. One ended up saying that I wouldn't be able to enlist if I was a single parent. And I'm like, I'm tired of hearing that. So I end up looking into getting another recruiter. Because the first recruiter, even though he ghosted me, he did say he can put in a parenting plan, a waiver for that. I'm like, okay, well, this one don't know what he's talking about because the other person I was in contact with first before he ghosted me, he said that I could get a parenting plan put in place and, it's things around that, okay? And so for you to say that I wouldn't be able to join if I'm a single parent, that was out of the picture. At that point, I was like, I already had that answered. So I ended up contacting a lady I had put on Facebook. I needed an Air Force recruiter. I ended up contacting a lady who commented in comments. And she gave me a list of things. I kind of answered all her questions. And then I had one question that she really didn't hit on. And I was like, hey, listen, I do have a record. She was like, personally, her commander do not do morals waivers. So she advised me to find another recruiter who will. Okay, so now going through these recruiters, now I'm like, okay, now I see what's happening. People don't want to do paperwork and this, that, and the third. So I think I like ran off a little rant, because it really had me upset because nobody wanted to do paperwork. If I feel like I'm going hard for myself, I need y'all to go hard for me as well. I'm not doing me personally. I'm not doing this for myself. I'm not asking for a handout. I just ask for someone. If I'm willing to go the extra mile to get in, lose the weight as quick as possible, get my paperwork, do things like while I'm in this process of losing weight and studying for the ASVAB, I can proactively be doing like getting paperwork or scheduling appointments that I need during this time. And I need to know that someone is going to be there, like a recruiter is willing to do that paperwork, the MORS waiver, the parenting plan, and the medical waivers, or whatever the case may be, regarding me getting in. So I actually put up a post. I'm a screenshot it, and I'm gonna put it up here. And it was basically me saying like, hey, listen, I couldn't get in the military. I couldn't get in the Navy, the Army, because I can't have my kids. And so I couldn't find a recruiter that's willing to work with that. And then I'm trying to get in the Air Force, and they said that they don't do moral waivers. I found one person, because I had a couple inbox me, but I found one person, one recruiter, who I kind of like laid down everything that I needed. Listen, this is what's going on. I have this going on. And I need someone that's willing to do the paperwork, that's willing to go the extra mile, that's willing. And someone put on under the post in the comments, you're not even qualified, but you're looking for a recruiter to put in waivers. What's the point of this post? And I was like, that's not the point of the post. The point of the post is I went to ask recruiters, basically, I have this going on. Would I be able to get in? I have a background. I have kids. I have a medical history. They don't want to do the paperwork. I need someone that when I drop these pounds by such and such date, I'm able to go back to and them not ghost me to get my paperwork in. And basically, that statement that was made was like kind of irrelevant, but I understand where he was coming from. I'm not even qualified because my weight, I'm 30 pounds overweight right now. But I've came a long way from me being 30 pounds away from my goal. I was 83 pounds away from my goal. I done dropped 50 pounds. So I feel like I'm doing it. I just need someone that's willing to, go the extra mile to get one enlisted as an active duty member, not a reservist. I don't want to do reserves. I don't want to do space. I don't want to do none of that. I want to do active duty. And he told me to DM. I inboxed him. He asked what was going on. I told him everything that went on from the beginning until, when she said I need to find a new recruiter, because she personally does not do more waivers. So that really kind of, I didn't say it discouraged me. It just gave me more motive to find someone else. And I did look in my city. That's who ghosted me. I looked a couple cities over. I think it was in Tampa. And I will have basically said, well, I will have to give up my kids, or I can't join. I can't do active duty because I have kids. That's not happening. I know I can. Or I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to give up. And I advise you not to give up. If you're trying to join the military, I am holding my phone. I'm in the car. And I just wanted to let you guys know that I am not giving up. Just find a recruiter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what state they're in, how far they are. If they are willing to work with you and what you got going on, I advise you to, go forth and get it done. Because I'm not doing this for myself. I'm on a mission to create a better life for my kids. And the fact that I found a recruiter, I found a couple of recruiters that, you know, kind of downplayed the situation, and now I have a recruiter that's willing to go the extra mile for me. That makes me even more pumped up to get in by my allotted date. So not even get in, to even go to MEPS, to even take a test, take my ASVAB, because I've been practicing for that too. I've been studying for that too. But to do everything that I need to do within that time frame and ship out when I feel like I should be able to ship out, God is on my side, and I believe in him, and I believe in him every step of the way. But speaking your piece and making things known is going to take a lot. I can see if I was just fresh out of high school, didn't have no kids, don't have no background, I'm easy. But I have a background. I'm not fresh out of high school. I do have a medical history. I've had kids. And so a lot of recruiters, me noticing that a lot of recruiters do not want to go that extra mile to do the paperwork. And so I personally feel like if I had a job in the military, I would like to be a recruiter. I want to see how hard it is to, you know, get paperwork in or do paperwork for someone that's really, really, really not qualified. I don't care how many books you've read or anything, but it's up to that recruiter if they want to take a chance on you, or if they feel like, well, you too much of a risk. If you feel like your recruiter is saying that about you and is trying to ghost you, find another recruiter. Find another recruiter. And a lot of individuals say that they won't talk to you until you especially if you're overweight, they won't talk to you until you within that weight range. That's a lie. Because if you need questions answered beforehand, it's best to know than to not know. Because if I would never ask her, hey, listen, this is what I got going on, will it disqualify me? If I would never known that she didn't do more waivers, I wouldn't be looking for another recruiter. And that kind of like plays a part with being ghosted. So the first recruiter did ghost me. I didn't hear back from them. I was texting them, I was calling them, I was going up to the office, and they were nowhere to be found. And so it's just, like I said again, it's just based on that particular recruiter. If you feel like you're being ghosted, if you feel like you're not being heard, and you really want to get into the military, and you feel like it's probably your first option or even your last option, continue. Do not get discouraged. Just make a different game plan. So I'm going to try to continue to make videos until I get in, or until I go to MEPS, and I'll tell you about that, and then I'll try to get a ship out date and me swearing in. I'll try to make more videos regarding the military, because this is not the end. It may not be the beginning, but it's definitely like not the end. So you guys, thank you for watching. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to me. My name is Keontae Parker. Yes, it is. And peace out.